Hello everyone and welcome back to Turtlerock Animal Orphanage, where we have very exciting news. Our Taki, the Przewalski's wild horse, Cyber Queen, is actually expecting a baby! And I did change things, so we may have sped up time somewhat, which means that we're going to have to be quite quick at actually trying to tackle all of the things for the challenge. But that's wonderful. Thanks, Cyber Queen. But now we actually have her offspring, her foal, due in December of year 7, which is so exciting. The very first new member of an extremely endangered species that will be added in. I cannot wait to see a whole herd of wild horses frolicking about here. But if we are going to have a whole herd of wild horses frolicking, we do need to also make it so that they are super comfortable and they are really able to go ahead and enjoy where they happen to be. So let's carry on making this a nicer habitat for our Przewalskis. They're happier about the habitat. They do need some hard shelter and they do need some toys. So we're going to come over and we are actually going to grab, how about healer Madeline? Madeline, apologies if I am just bouncing your name all over the place. We're going to pop her over to the meadow area. And we are going to assign her to researching about the Przewalskis so that we can really start to get further up on educating ourselves about them and accessing all of the wonderful enrichment items that will add so much. They'll not only enrich the horses' lives, they'll enrich our lives too. So, okay, let's see. Do we have anything I can give them for now? All right, blueprints off for the minute. And then let's go ahead. Oh, we've got to really huff it through a big list of different animals now. All right, there we go. Horse. We do have some toys we can give them. A grazing feeder. Oh my gosh, we've got the large ball. Just when I was talking about how some of the horses I have known in my life really seem to love balls. Here we are. All right, so we've got some food enrichment. They want more food enrichment. We'll be able to give them better food enrichment as time goes on. And I think they want another toy. So I'm going to put in another soccer ball. That did nothing. They want more varieties of toys. Thank you very much. And then let's add in... Do we have a nice hard shelter? I feel like just a basic wooden shelter. The interesting thing is that these wooden shelters actually look very similar to the real life shelters that they have in areas where Przewalskis have been released into the wild, because it is such a very harsh and dramatic environment on the steppes of Mongolia and around like the areas of Russia where they've tried to release the horses as well. The horses often have mass die-offs when there are really hard seasons, really strict droughts, or really tremendously terrible winters where just the grass will not grow and there's not enough to graze and there's no water. It can really quickly turn into kind of like a desert environment in a steppe, which is not good. And so what ends up happening is they were having mass die-offs of the herds of Przewalski's horses that they had out there. And so when they were released into the wild, they are wild. They are not handled by humans unless they have to do some sort of checkup. But because their numbers have historically been so tumultuous, they do have like feeding stations and like safety areas for the horses. I don't think they have as many now that the numbers have gotten quite as high as they are, but last I checked, they did have shelters that kind of looked like this actually. Where the horses could go to get out of the really, really strong environment and where they could go in order to go ahead and find food and things like that. So we're actually going to give them this hard shelter because it just reminds me so much of the pictures that I saw. And then we're going to go ahead and put down some large bedding. But so that's kind of interesting because sometimes when you release animals into the wild, it's a done deal. You set the hawk or the badger free and they're off and you never have to really think or worry about them again. And sometimes when you release them into the wild, you have places like I've seen squirrel rescues, for instance, where the first year that they will release one of the like imperiled red squirrels in Europe, the people who provided the release will also come back that year, and they will provide food for the yearling during the winter, so that the baby squirrel that's now been released to the wild can go into like this little box full of nuts for it, and take the nuts as a way to like store into a spot for its little midden, which is where red squirrels hide all of their food, is in a midden. And then they'll have food for the winter. But that's also important because when it comes to squirrels, what do you think they do all year? They spend forever trying to gather enough food to survive the winter. That's why they're always running around and like burying stuff. And so when you release something like a squirrel into the wild, where like you release it, say, in late summer, after the baby squirrel has been rescued early spring and is now strong enough to be on its own, guess what? It did not spend the whole year collecting food, and it doesn't have food that its mom may have kind of pointed out while it was growing up. So that's one of the reasons they'll take those extra steps of trying to kind of give it a little boost, which I think is great. Anastasia! Oh, darn it, Anastasia is not pregnant. But all right, so let's carry on trying to make this a nice spot, nice grassland biome in Asia, which apparently can include the baobabs, but no. Ooh, common grapes! Oh, I keep forgetting we have like grapevines and things now. That's just nutter butters to me. Let's see, let's do, yeah, we've got aligned to surface. Ooh, aligned to water. Oh, that's new. That's new, I haven't seen it. Look at these cute little grapevines. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to leave some like wild grapes just tucked over here. And then can I like sneak the actual wild grapes in? Not as neatly as I wanted, but oh, that's cute. When Chips and I were actually at the North Carolina Zoo, oh gosh, was that only last month? That was only last month. I think that was about a month ago today. We noticed that the polar bear exhibit has a ton of like native berries planted in it, so that the bears can just go ahead and harvest the berries off the tree, which I thought was really cool for them. And that would be really nice because you don't really have to maintain it other than like trimming it now and then. Cute! Oh my gosh! I want one more. And then let's get into some of these gorgeous, big, beautiful, new flowers. I want to see the flowers. Let's see. So let's actually go. Give me the wildflower seeds! Yes! And also huge fig trees. We won't do too many of these fig trees. I'll put a couple in because again, the steppe environment is very like light on trees. However, I am not light-handed when it comes to trees. Oh hey, what did we just like hit? Yay! 20% plant diversity at least across at least 4 habitats. I am so happy! Plant diversity for the win! I totally forgot that was a thing. I totally, like, I want to see how they're measuring the plant diversity too. A criminal! A criminal who like donated while he was running. Oh, you think you're going home, sir? Oh my gosh. So he stole from someone. Or maybe he like wrecked something. We have somebody. Oh, okay. We're gonna train our staff member. He did his best. I saw. That guy must have been like a track and field star. I don't blame you. Security guard. So let's come over and we're actually gonna have, this is gonna be Little Royal Elf. So Little Royal Elf, let's see. The guard? The sheriff? What should we're gonna go with like just the guard. So guard, Little Royal Elf. After Little Royal Elf, who is one of our wonderful patrons making all of these adventures possible. You deserve training and kudos because you gave it a good shot. I saw that. I'm here for you. All right, let's see, what else do we have here? Gimme big. Yeah, that's what I want. Don't give me these small patches of flowers. Oh, look at those daisies. Where are daisies native to? This raises questions because I feel like they're very ubiquitous and they show up all over the place. But are daisies like native to Asia? Oh, now I'm so curious. I'm gonna have to like look that up in just a minute here. Oh, look at the horses. They seem happy. I'd be happy in a field full of daisies. That's actually like one of my summer dreams was like, man, I wish I could hang out in a field full of daisies. No joke. You can check my joy journal. Alright, so we've got a bunch of daisies. There's also pincushion flowers. We're just gonna go wild with these. Thank you very much. Because they're so beautiful. The Przewalskis are so happy! Oh, jeez! Alright, we got the dramatic mating happening once more. Any luck over there? We do not have anything about expecting offspring. I hope we might have... I hope we don't have to swap stallions. I'd feel really badly about that, but again, this is the Przewalski horse's genetic like history has had to be so carefully, ridiculously carefully monitored by the people involved in trying to keep their species alive because of too much inbreeding from like the last, I think it was like only 11 surviving Przewalskis after World War II could even breed, and that's just ridiculous. Can you imagine if your entire species relied on 11 genetically viable and able to breed members? This was back way before. I mean, this was right after World War II. A huge chunks of Przewalski's horses actually died during the World Wars because their native habitat got wrecked, and then all of the ones in captivity who had been over-harvested from captivity ended up dying because they got caught up in all of the fighting, which is just very tragic. Ooh, the goldenrod! Oh my gosh. We're gonna have the goldenrod kind of tucked up in a few patches for sure. I was doing a lot of research for those end slates that we have at the end of all of our videos, like the little treat you get. Oh, I love how the Przewalskis seem to be reacting to the plants! Oh my gosh, which one is this? You just won my heart. It's Cyber Queen, and she's also the one who is expecting babies. Oh heck. Like, baby, I should say. I don't know if we get twins. Oh, that made me so happy. But I learned that the Przewalskis, as a whole species, came very close to actually dying out because during the World Wars, all of the places that they had been moved to in Europe by overeager collectors who had harvested way too many of them from the wild, they ended up getting like bombed or just wrecked or just support. Like you weren't thinking about maintaining the horses whilst the world was basically ending. And so a lot of the populations in captivity during World War II ended up dying off. And then the last wild caught Przewalski, she was a female who was caught and transported, I think, to like the Ukraine. I have to double check that. Actually, I think it was Germany. But the last female Przewalski, or the last Przewalski caught in the wild, I think was caught in like 1958 or something like that. And so the only horses that were left were the ones who had survived World War II and were still being kept around. And it was a lot harder to like move horses around and study their genetics back then. So the fact that we have as many as we do is just stunning to me. It's just so fascinating. Also, the Przewalski was swimming. That's so cool! Oh, it's Cyber Queen again! Oh my gosh, for real? She's just trying to be the literal star. You know how some animals, there's multiple members of their group, but they're just like the one that plays it up and hams it up for a zoo audience? That's Cyber Queen. That's Cyber Queen, alright. Is she gonna have her full soon? She is! She's gonna have her full this year! Oh my gosh! Alright, I'm trying really hard to like get this place looking super, super nice before she has her baby. That's why we're spending, I mean, other than the fact I just love plants. But that's why we're spending so much time kind of like putting a shrub here, putting a shrub there. I think I'm about content with what I've got. In fact, I don't even want those shrubs. Yeah. I might put a shrub kind of lower to the ground over here though. That looks kind of cool. And then a little one over here. Excellent. Nice! Let's see. Oh, and there's weeping willows. Okay, a weeping willow tucked over the side of their water might be kind of awesome. Spoilers, it is kind of awesome. I know we're not going to achieve silver rank. I save that kind of stuff for streams. When we're all just hanging out, like relaxing and having a good time together. Trying to keep our zoo from falling apart into mass chaos. That is not the time to try to pretend like we're going to be able to do it within the time limit. We're save that for streams. Thank you very much. Alright. Speaking of which, I have indeed started streaming again, in case you've missed it, because I haven't like told anybody about it. I just kind of started doing it. But I have started to stream again. If you would like to join us over in our Twitch, we're doing some Animal Crossing adventures right now. And I have set myself out on a bird watching goal that I now am quite concerned I am not going to be able to complete, of trying to get the picture frame, the friendship picture frame for every single bird villager in Animal Crossing. Turns out there's a lot of those. There's a lot of those. But it should be a lot of fun. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Because I thought it might be kind of fun to have a nice waterfall over here. And I think we can do that. And then there's also waterfall midsection. Hello, hello. There we go. Alright, so I don't know if you guys have better luck creating waterfalls, but oh my gosh. There's actually a lot of gorgeous waterfalls where Chips and I live in North Carolina, and one of my dream goals is to actually visit all of the waterfalls of North Carolina. So hopefully those will be like vlogs that I will be able to create one day as we find our favorite waterfall. They are not super big, just so that I don't get anybody too excited about the idea of how big the waterfalls in North Carolina are. Let's see. Waterfall bottom. Little splash effect. Okay, I think we're gonna rely on some splash effects and some rocks to kind of save the day here. Alright. You know how plant tape fixes everything, especially if it's plant washi tape? Thank you very much. We're gonna have some rocks. If you can just kind of like fill in some of the questionable mistakes you've made in life with rocks, why not? Why not? You know what? Rocks are just looking at the big picture. Like the really big picture. That's all it is. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, I never promised it would be pretty. I just promised that it would be a nice waterfall. And so far, I don't think Cyber Queen has had her full yet, which is, I am trying to keep an eye out for that too. Almost. There we go. Oh, thank goodness. Semi-decent. Semi-decent. We've almost made it. Alright. And then let's shift up the type of rock again. Whoops. As much as I always love the little like kiss sound whenever you heart something. I mean, gotta be more immersive than that, Seri, honestly. I'm just having a good time. Alright. Actually, that's not bad. Does it need a little bit of work because we've got like this... There we go. Yes. However, that just helps me try to get in to make this look even better. Alright. This is a glorious waterfall, and you know what we haven't ever done, and now I'm wondering why we have never done this? But I've never like named the waterfalls. Why not? I feel like naming all of these things just makes them even more exciting and special. So let me get in here. Why is there another diseased animal? I turned my back for 2 minutes to try to make a little waterfall, and already there's drama. Oh no! Okay, the peafowl needs some help again. Oh geez. Alright, because oh man, they're getting sick again! Ah, I think we need to have more poop scoopers. I think we just don't have enough poop scoopers assisting us. So let's go ahead and call the vet urgently. And also, where's my mechanic over here? Yeah, we're gonna have to take care of that. But alright, so that's all tended to. Did we just have our foal and I missed it? No! Oh my gosh. Okay, so Cyber Queen is actually getting ready to give birth. Look at how pretty this area looks now. I'm actually super happy with this. I think it's a great place for hopefully a little foal to be born very soon. I think we can even come on over. Look at this. We can add in another lovely spot where there's just some wild grapes growing. There we go. We're gonna get the diseased animal issues taken care of. No problem. I'm sure that that's gonna be fine. All right. Do we want that? And Cyber Queen's just like swimming around. I wonder if like, oh, vet research is done. Yes! Okay, can we give the Przewalskis something new? Let's check. Can we give them a new toy? We can! We can give them the scarecrow feeder! Oh, that makes me so happy. That's one of my favorite of all the enrichment items that has ever enriched our lives. Totally putting that in. And now Anastasia is expecting a baby, and we can put in some grab balls for the horses to play with. Okay, this is very cool. Let's remove that big guy. We're gonna come over. I'm gonna change the grab ball to something green, just so it looks like they're carrying around a ton of grass. And then we're gonna have these be over here so that people are excited. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh. Hang in there, this is way too cute. They're eating a man alive. Look away if this is a little bit too much for you. Oh, I'm so tickled. Oh my goodness. This is so cute, you guys. Oh my gosh. No mercy. No mercy at all. There he goes. In bits and pieces. Rest in pieces, my friend Turnip Head. Alright. Good, good, good. So now that that is done though, one must ask, okay, oh, and Anastasia's baby is due in a couple years too. Just how long is the Przewalski's gestation period? Let's find out. Let's see. So mares are pregnant for 11 to 12 months, after which they give birth to a single foal. Foal mortality in wild Przewalski's horses is 25%, where 85% of those deaths are caused by unrelated stallions trying to bring the female back into oestrus. Mares are able to mate and conceive again 7 days after birth. Whoa! So they're gonna raise their like foal while they are pregnant. Foals exclusively feed off their mother's milk for the first month of their life and then begin eating solid foods. Weaning takes place between 8 and 13 months, usually complete upon the birth of a new foal. So basically, when your sibling pops up, it's like, all right, you're off, like get kicked out. And that makes sense. That actually reminds me quite a bit of several other species, but for some reason at this exact moment of kangaroos, because kangaroos happen to be pregnant all the time, basically, once they're able to have babies. They can be pregnant in 3 different ways. Well, they can be pregnant in 2 different ways, and then they can have a third joey that they're still raising, which just makes my head spin, because a female kangaroo can actually be pregnant with a baby that has not been born yet. She can be carrying a like developing fetus in her pouch, so a baby that was born but is still like not done cooking. And she can also be raising a joey that can be out of her pouch or kind of like trying to be in and out, which is just wild to me. Female foals remain with their natal harem, natal meaning like the place of their birth, until they are acquired by a different stallion, while male foals tend to lead their natal groups between 1 to 2 years old, when the bond with their mother weakens. Young males will form bachelor herds, in which they will play, fight, and challenge, likely as practice for when they mature and need to earnestly fight and defend their harem. Oh, drama! And apparently they'll keep having babies, 1 baby a year basically, until they die, which is dramatic if you ask me. And we still don't have the baby born yet. Cyber Queen! Come on! Any minute now we're gonna see her baby. And look at how beautiful this field is now. All right, while we wait, we're gonna make it more comfortable now for our guest, who I have not forgotten. Yes, I do know you guys are here, and I do know that we need to add in some of this like adorable decoration. Also, this seems practical to prevent like mass death of our guest, to just like make sure like, hello, there's a path to be walked here. Please don't fall into this pit. I guess, would you fall? I'm sure I've added enough ferns down there that even if you took a bit of a tumble, it's not like you die. Pretty sure. And if not, I can always add more ferns. I have no problem with that. Alright, here we go. These are really lovely, just simple fences. I love this way of doing the border. That makes me very happy. Oh, this is so nice. Alright. Then we'll add this in. And you know, I think we should probably have a couple benches where people can just sit down. Definitely some education spots because people are not really learning anything about our beloved Przewalskis. And then, so let's get some benches and then we'll figure out what else the guests actually need so that they'll stick around in the area, admire the animals, spend their money, help us to preserve the species. Alright, we'll put down a couple benches over here. And maybe a couple more over here, because I think those make lovely viewing spots. I am keeping an eye out for our delightful berth. I have not forgotten, we're here for the foal today. Ooh, and then a compact exhibit display. Do I want that one? I have yet to really get my mechanics researching, but they're trying to put out fires, so it seemed a little bit rude to be like, alright guys, you need to like come and start. There we go, Przewalski's horses right over here. We've got a little bit of info about them. There we go. Cyberlink's having her baby! Cyberlink's having her baby! Oh, she's even tucked up inside of the stable and everything. Oh my gosh. Here we go, you guys! Alright, alright. Any minute now? I'm pulling up some names. Alright. She's coming in. And then... Alright, I was still trying to find a good name. There we go. Alright, here we go. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It is so cute. It is so cute. It is so cute. It is so cute, you guys. We have our first Przewalski's full. Everything holds still for a second. Oh my gosh. Still looks just like a little donkey. I'm just teasing with you guys. Look at that baby. Yay. How freaking cute. Alright, that's just so freaking adorable. I am very happy about this. But alright, I would like you guys to welcome little Ginger, the gold... Ginger, there we go, the gold-starred Taki. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so exciting watching her grow up. I am so thrilled. This is beautiful. We have really done some great work here. I'm very proud of us. Alright, so next time we will carry on with working on adding in some more of the habitat animals and exploring some more of the new creatures that we actually have with the responsibilities that have come to us with managing Turtlerock Orphanage. And if you guys would like to join us on this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider subscribing. But most importantly, stay curious, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!